Moving on now, the president of the Federation of Indian Pilots, Charanvir Singh Randhawa, has strongly pushed back against what he calls premature blame being placed on the flight crew of the deadly Air India crash. His remarks follow a Wall Street Journal report suggesting investigators are focusing on the captain's possible role in the crash, including allegations he may have cut fuel flow to the engines based on cockpit voice recordings. Let's have a listen to that statement.
I would like to condemn, firstly, such reports which are directly bearing an effect on the pilots' fraternity without any evidence whatsoever. The preliminary report nowhere states that the pilots have moved the fuel control switches, and this has been corroborated by the CVR recording. Let the investigation team investigate in detail, and to further state, the Honorable Minister for Civil Aviation has already stated on the 12th of July, where he said very clearly this is a preliminary report and we should wait and have patience till the time the final report comes. And we issued yesterday a press statement condemning any such views to be aired in which case that which affects the morale of the pilots.
Well, joining us to discuss this development, Dr. Sanat Kaul, the chairman of the International Foundation for Aviation and Drones. Thank you ever so much for being here. Of course, condemnation continuing to come in after this frankly questionable report from the Wall Street Journal. That condemnation clear, an investigation not yet concluded, but a narrative being pushed by a paper that of course has no direct links to aviation or even this investigation. So can I please get your thoughts on that and an understanding of why the Wall Street Journal have chosen to release this report with a title saying the truth about the Air India crash?
Well, what has been given out is a preliminary report, not the final report. Final report will take probably much longer, up to a year, which is permitted by International Civil Aviation Organization. Now, in this preliminary report, there are a lot of issues where, it's not a complete report. So it gives something and does not give the full. At the same time, now there are two groups. First of all, it seems that it was the electrical switches or the electrical system which failed, and it did not allow the aircraft engines to work. Who did it? Was it a software glitch or was it done by a pilot? These are the two issues. And both sides, the Pilots Association has been saying it is not the pilots who did it. And the other side, which is Wall Street Journal and others, the American side or the US side or some side, I don't want to take names, are saying that it was the pilot. So we are now at a crossroad where whether we have to, the inquiry will determine whether it was a pilot error, and pilot error would be a suicidal error. So it's very serious. And the other side is that there are glitches in the software and in the malfunctioning of the system. And this is not the first time it's happened. It's happened many times. In fact, in one landing of the same Dreamliner, the engine got switched off. But since it was landing, nothing happened. The pilots were able to land, stop the aircraft, and then I presume it was towed away. So these are very serious issues in the aircraft engine and engineering and software. So these are both issues are there. And I don't think it's time to speculate on either side. So journalists and vested interests will carry on giving one-sided response. But I don't accept that either way. I think we need to wait for the final report to determine what actually went wrong.
Yes, absolutely. Dr. Sanat Kaul, thank you ever so much for joining us. We, of course, will bring you further information and reaction from that Wall Street Journal report ahead of that final investigative report on the devastating crash. We move on now, and Pakistan is grappling with the aftermath